What happened last time on the Humble Buddies? In a new location today. Filming from the basement of the...
Studio One.
Studio One?
Hey.
No, from your Deck of Many Players.
Studio One.
Studio.
Yeah. You don't want to dox where it actually is, but we do reveal our license plates on camera. So.
Do we? When?
When you got the new car.
Oh. Right.
What happened last time?
We're gonna die.
We all touched a flower and ended up
That is true.
transported into a
somewhere.
cave-ish thing. There was art on the wall.
Down a
we
long
contributed
kind of tunnel
to it.
that went for forever.
Yep. We came to a door. We talked about the door for a while.
Well, the image is depicted kind of like the.
The episode was 50% talking about the door. Let's be honest.
Yep.
But yeah, the picture's depicted like, I guess, the beginning of Humblewood.
And then the destruction of
Like
the original big trees.
Yeah.
I
I think
and then
Elle
the children.
defaced some of the drawings.
Mm-hmm. We went.
I added my own creative
Of course.
touch.
A little flair.
What do you mean you added your own creative cut?
Touch.
Oh, touch.
I immortalized the party in history, so don't
Don't
come at me in the comments.
Don't come at me in the comments.
The compliment section is what we're gonna call it.
But then I think we eventually went through the door,
We did.
and that's where we found ourselves in this room.
A ledge. A vaulted silo 125 feet across.
And as soon as we, I can't remember who went on the floor first. But that's when
Aurora.
that's when we determined that the floor is almost like a
Pivoting disc.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With 4 quadrants.
Yep.
And then reptiles. And then we fight.
Yeah, as we tilted the disc, they came out from underneath,
That's what I got.
and chaos ensued.
So you all find yourself on this floating, leaning disc as it's moving side to side with the weight of the party. You see the door currently obscured as the high side of the disc across the way is pretty much almost 90-degree vertical at this point, as all of you are tucked in the bottom right-hand quadrant, the Earth quadrant. I should also send this to you so you have it.
90-degree vertical. Oh no.
Wait, what?
As you have spent quite a few turns on this end of the disc, and it has slowly started to move, particularly with Big Basil
Oh, dang.
on this end of the disc.
We're a heavy boy.
My bad.
There's the owl bear there, Lee.
There you go. I've asked to join, but it's still saying I'm asking to join.
You had to ask to join?
I did have to ask to join.
See you.
I did not need to do that. I just clicked on the link.
Can we just try again?
Yeah, try again. Lachelle, for your benefit, the pillars kind of on the floor are not there. It's just a flat disc. There you are. Oh,
Nope,
Dr.
I just did.
Freeze. It is just a flat disc. There are 4 quadrants, all different kind of intricately carved images and murals on the floor. The quadrant of air showing kind of swirls, the quadrant of fire just showing this very elaborate kind of flame that just expands along the side of the disc. The water and the earth quadrants closest to the door where the party had entered. And you remember, all of you, although you can't see it now, the door across the way, or an archway across the way, you didn't quite make it to investigate before these large reptiles with this kind of extended mouth and jaw full of pointed teeth. These almost like milky white kind of cataract eyes that seem to just be able to really hone in. They looked at the eclipse. They looked at the eclipse, exactly.
Yeah.
As they were able to crawl up from underneath the disc and attack you, taking, kind of lowering the temperature in the room. As you all tried to fight them off, Astra pulling Elle out of a bad situation, currently in her giant owl form. Apoc floating, I think, still on with his fleas.
It's a flea suit. It's a flea man suit.
Big Basil, currently in big form, basically holding on to the back of one of these creatures, creature Michelle.
Boom.
As the disc has started over the rounds to lean farther and farther, it's getting harder and harder for those of you currently on the ground, which would be Basil and Aurora. Getting harder and harder for you to hold your grip as the disc starts to lean, until the point when you feel like you can just reach out and touch the floor. We are going to pick up at the top of the initiative. Since we made it through, Aurora finished it off last time. So at the top of the initiative, Aurora, I need a strength saving throw.
Not my strong suit.
Damn, these touches.
So good. Yeah.
It's a 11.
As you go to try and hold on or find something to hang on to, kind of try to find a place in the carving for you to kind of grab, your foot slips.
Oh,
and
no.
You start to slide down the disc. We will get to that on your turn. Because right now, Apoc, you are up. As you see Aurora just start to kind of belly down and slide.
How far away is she?
Where are you?
Right in the middle right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Be my white knight, Apoc!
Well, the problem is I'm still up high.
You've been white knighting this whole time.
I haven't changed height.
So Apoc, you are... So basically where you are with the disc, it has basically fallen out from under you like 30 feet.
Ooh.
So it's kind of coming up. Give it like another round or so. You feel like you'll be able to reach out and touch it. That's kind of what we're at this point, where you are on the low side.
Okay.
And you see Aurora, who was initially, the measurements should be pretty accurate here.
Yeah.
She was initially 20 feet away from you, and she is now sliding. So she's like 30 feet below you, sliding 20 feet away from you.
Okay.
So you can Pythagorean that.
Yeah. A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Correct.
He's gonna think and try to do the math and like realize that it's gonna be way too far and way too fast to be able to get there. And Apoc's gonna like reach into his quiver and kind of just like, I don't know, like grab some fleas from around him and like spread them all over the shaft of this arrow. And he's gonna shoot it at the ground.
What?
He's gonna shoot it at the ground where Aurora is falling into,
Okay.
imbuing it with web.
Oh.
Oh.
The web spell.
Okay.
It is concentration, so Hunter's Mark is going to drop,
Okay.
and you conjure a mass of thick, sticky webbing at a point of your choice
Nope.
within range. I realize I don't need to shoot this.
But you do for
But
flavor.
you do anyway.
How do you hold the bow?
I like it.
Oh man,
Don't like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Glad no one's related to Sean at this table.
Oh, we're past that.
It was,
Otherwise, it would be really weird.
it was worse a couple sessions
I'm
ago.
gonna leave it to our viewers to imagine how Apoc would
Rub the shaft. And
sling,
then
sling the web.
Uh-huh.
That's gonna be his action. So
Okay.
Yes, it's certainly cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Any creature restrained by each creature that starts its turn in the web or that enters them during its turn may make a save, or be restrained, or may choose to try and break free. So we'll figure that out on Aurora's turn, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So that was my action.
So you're just trying this blue square. I don't know if you can move it or not, love, but this blue square will be your web area.
Okay, I'll
so
trust.
just move it where,
Yeah,
or let me move it.
I'll figure you'll put it in a spot that's good.
Okay.
And
right,
then with
I
my
like it.
movement, I'll get closer to people that are kind of falling. I don't think I have
Sorry, that reminds me, Basil. I need you to make a strength save as well.
How's your
As
dog?
that happens.
Is that-
at
he's-
top, as
Oh,
well as
look.
the monsters.
We have an eclipse piece.
Can I?
Very nice.
Oh.
Can I don't know if I can see it. So that's where that's where Aurora's falling. Can I put it in a spot where it would probably catch both of them and like a little bit sooner?
You can move it. It's your web.
Because it's going to the low side, right?
You keep spraying your web closer and closer to me.
I'm not trying to get it on you, but like it might help.
Okay.
So low and high is where it is right now. So the lowest side is that far corner.
All right.
Okay. Anything else on your turn, Apoc?
I think I'm just gonna move kind of 10 feet to the middle. I think I can get like there.
Okay. So you're kind of like hovering above a falling, sliding Aurora at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
Basil, I forgot your strength save. What was it?
11.
Because you also feel yourself, without anything to grab onto from the creature, you feel yourself slip right off. And for a moment, you are in free fall as you kind of hurtle towards where the disc is, unable to keep yourself onto the creature. Michelle, what's your monster name?
Dr. Freeze.
Okay, Dr. Freeze, I need a strength saving throw from you, please.
I was gonna say Mr. Freeze, but he's a doctor. Okay, strength saving. I haven't done this in
It's okay.
a while.
You need a D20?
I do. Do you mind?
This one's a good one.
This is a good one.
Ooh.
What did I do?
19.
Oh, +5.
As you dig your claws into the disc itself, you feel this giant creature that you've been fighting fall off into free fall as you no longer have Big Basil on your back, like slashing into you with his swords.
Get off me.
All right, and that actually brings us to Dr. Freeze.
Where does Basil go?
So think of it in bullet time, like Basil has just tried to reach out and grab on and is currently falling out of your...
It looks like a nice little spot to do the freeze breath. So can I kind of go shh this way, like I'm a weird, I don't know. I'm trying to water everybody.
Yes, you can.
You know what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Yes. So you can absolutely...
So
you
my
can
freezing breath
absolutely-
is DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
And it is
I think she's gonna.
in a 60-foot cone.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that is
jeez.
going to catch Basil, Apoc, and Aurora.
Sprinkler was the word I was looking for.
Now is it a 2-dimensional cone or a 3-dimensional cone?
Well,
John,
a cone is pretty 3D, my friend.
Just because height isn't represented well in this image.
I know, I'm sorry, but a cone is pretty 3D.
Nope.
So I need... What is it?
so
A
it gives
Constitution saving throw from
Yeah.
Aurora.
17.
Failure.
Okay.
It's so slippery and cold out here.
Here, you can give Lee this dice if you want.
And I roll it. I don't
That's
do
gotta be a
the
fail.
one other,
Hey,
the number. Because the number is like this or roll, right?
You can do whatever you want. If you want to roll for more fun. No, actually, you have to roll.
I have to
because
roll
I've
because you've
edited, yeah.
5D.
5D?
5D10.
5d10.
your pardon?
Who did this?
Remember
That's
how
fine.
much damage this did last time?
One,
I
two.
forgot.
Hello.
Okay.
All right.
You can roll 10s, 10s.
Some fails. No complaints from you guys. This is much better than it could have been.
Is this how you want to get my Tuesdays back?
Yeah.
5, 10, 13, 15,
Thank you for doing
17?
Mm.
That's pretty low. Thank
That's
you.
pretty low for
That's,
5d10.
that's all below, like 5 or lower.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did you
Yeah.
make a 17?
that. No, I said
I
thank you
did.
for doing my
Did?
math.
Okay,
No
so you take half damage, which is
Yeah, half damage.
Do I run down or up?
8. You take 8 damage. Did you make a 17? So the 17 damage to you, and Aurora takes 17 damage as well. All right. Anything else on your turn, Dr. Freeze?
He hisses, which translates to "Ice to see you," and backs away. What are these?
Can you back away with the slant?
Well, I'm pretty strong.
The web's gone.
Which way is it slanted? Oh no. So
Because you're saying it's pretty much like this at this point, right?
Oh.
yeah, like if you think of it on a middle, you guys are down here. It's kind of like at
Oh,
this
so I would have to
point.
climb up, eh?
Yeah,
You would
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
climb up. Right now,
I stay
you've
there.
locked yourself into space.
Yep. I'm there.
Okay. Okay. So
Wait,
that
is
is
it-
Dr. Freeze's turn.
Concentration up to an hour.
Oops. You said your web is gone?
I'm reading through it.
Okay.
I think so because it's concentration.
Oh yeah, that
Did
would
you
have.
fail your check?
Extremely.
Okay. It's gone. Okay. It is the rest of the salamander's turn. So salamander A.
Less cool name.
I know. Well, when you're here. Salamander A is able to dig its claws in as well. And it does not get its breath back.
Salamandra.
Luckily. So what it is going to try and do is
I'm nervous.
it is going to try and as it holds on, it's going to try and crouch. And Elle, you see as this thing below you is just going to try and leap at you and Astra. I believe you were about 20 feet before the disc fully reached its lowest point. So you're about 30 feet up now. And it is a little bit higher on the disc than you, and it's just going to try and launch at you. And it is going to... Let's see if it can launch first. That is going to be a dirty 20 to try and hit you on Astra.
You know it hits me.
As it is just going to launch itself, and you see it coming almost too late as it slams into you. You feel Astra kind of like get one wing curled underneath her as she tries to maintain balance in her owl form. But you and Astra are just kind of slammed, and you feel yourself start to plummet with the weight of this thing. And as you kind of look down and see just blackness underneath you on the low side of the disc, your stomach kind of turns in its chest as you are now just kind of plummeting like a rock with this thing, the saliva of it and the coldness of its breath just in your face. But that will be its turn. Can't really do anything else in this way.
Like I can't react. Like, am I like falling through air, or will I hit the disc? Will I touch the disc at any point?
Right now, it's not looking great for you to touch the disc.
Okay. Okay.
You might at the very edge of it. With where you are, you're a little bit higher, so you might touch it at the edge of the disc. I wish I had something 3D. That would have been so cool. If we weren't planning a wedding, I would have had something 3D.
Do you remember that game?
Salamander.
There's like a kids game where you
Oh,
have
yeah.
the stand, you have
Yeah.
these things. It's all I can picture right now.
It's like little pawns. it's literally it's a circular disc, and you have to put pawns on the thing to try and keep it balanced. Don't fall off.
Salamander B in front of Mrs. Q.
The charmed one?
The charmed one.
Don't forget too that you're up high.
Yep, I know.
compared to-
You didn't come down on the disc.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wise beyond your years.
Yeah.
Beyond my
You
ears
just-
is
you
saying
just-
something.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
I think this charmed one because he's charmed, right? So he sees you, it sees you as not a threat right now.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to try and maintain itself. It is going to try and maintain itself, and you see as it's just kind of looking up at you, just sort of chill all of a sudden, it almost forgets to hold on as you see it slip and start to kind of belly slide down the disc because it did not make it. Oops. Salamander C is... I don't know where he is. Salamander C... Salamander C is frightened from Aurora, I believe.
Oh, all the way up there. Yeah.
And
It's a special kind of frightened.
yeah, I figured. So it has to keep moving away from you. So how can it move away from you? So you see, well, you might not see because you're currently falling. You see this salamander kind of dig its claws in and it's almost trying to scamper across even more, using its movement to get back towards the door, where it was able to scamper up
So put
before.
wine glasses in there.
That'll be its turn, and Salamander D.
It's a nice table.
Salamander D is not able to get its breath back. Wow, you guys got
Ooh.
really lucky. Salamander D is able to hold on, and it is going to kind of move so that it is going to try and get in the way of a falling Aurora and just open its jaws and hold its attack.
Okay, love it.
Oh dear.
So it is going to step right there.
The web. In his jaws.
All right. It is Astra, Mrs. Q, you're on deck. Elle, you're coming up after
Title of the
Mrs.
episode:
Q.
Money Shot.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Quick question, because I can't remember. Did I take damage when this thing just yeeted me off Astra?
So it's more of a grapple
Okay.
attack where it just kind of launched itself at you and almost like wrapped its claws around you and Astra as it's just kind of holding you there.
Okay, so am I technically still grappled with it and it's falling with me?
You are, all three of you are starting to plummet together.
Okay. Cool.
It is Astra's go, and she is going to try and like barrel roll this thing off in her owl form. She can't do much else. So she is going to try and break free from this thing. And I don't think that does it in an owl form. You see her try and flap, but one wing is kind of pinned as she's just starting to kind of move and force a little bit each way. Trying desperately to keep you airborne. You feel yourself slow a little
It's
bit,
fine.
the three of you, but not safe enough. She can't quite break out of it. Mrs. Q, you're up.
Okay. Who is sliding right now?
Who is falling?
Yeah, who
Basil
is
is
I
falling.
am falling.
You are
These
falling.
two.
Elle is falling.
Yeah,
right?
Elle is too.
Sort of.
Your charmed lizard is falling.
Okay.
Aurora is
I'm good.
falling.
I got this.
You're falling into the jaws of death. But that's fine. Okay.
Kind of feels right
Mrs.
for her.
Mrs. Q is going to try. Let's see. I don't know if I can do both of these things. You can tell me.
Yes, I can tell.
So I was going to cast Beacon of Hope on my pals to get some, recover some of the hit points. I don't quite know how it works,
Yep.
but I also wanted to sort of take a little running start and dive sort of in betweenish of Aurora falling and Basil falling, and see if with my rope, we all have rope. I would have my rope, and try and have them catch my rope and then use my immovable rod to catch myself and everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So to click the immovable rod, it is an action.
Okay,
Beacon of Hope is also an action.
Okay,
So
I
you
will
can
do
do
the-
both.
I will do the rod one.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So
I don't know if this is gonna work.
this is amazing and I love it. So you are going to try and launch yourself between Basil and Aurora.
Uh-huh.
What's the distance?
with
so
my
you're
rope.
kind of going right about here.
Ooh.
So if the disc was up, it wouldn't be that bad.
Right.
About 15 feet or so.
Yeah.
The disc is like 30 feet below you and
Right.
on a slant. So this is going to be a check.
Yeah.
Squared.
Because I
It's
imagine.
doable.
Okay. So if I launched myself direct,
Like
I don't know,
swan
whatever
dive.
no. Well, so I don't want to go too far down because then I'm not really going to catch anybody. The point is to hold everybody up.
We'd just be hanging there like, this was a bad idea.
Yeah. So I need to be low enough for it to actually be helpful but not so low that it's not helpful. So I guess sort of imagine, I'm trying to imagine math. 30 feet down, but 30 feet in. 30 feet in? No, less than that. 15-ish. I'm not quite sure how many.
Yeah, so you would need to, if the disc was up, traveling about 15 feet would get you right in the middle of the two of them, kind of coming towards you.
15 feet is
But the disc is 30 feet down.
30 feet from my point.
From
but
where you are
15
on the
feet in,
Correct.
it is slightly less than 30 feet down. Because
So
it's done like this.
The disc is like
It's
this.
actually straight up like this.
It's
Pretty
darn
much.
close.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
So if I were to leap directly forward, they would still be pretty much 30 feet below me.
They are currently tumbling. Like right now, they would be eye to eye with you, for example, and are falling down.
Gotcha. Okay. So if I launched myself mostly just forward with my rope dangling away for them to grab and hit my thing, would that work?
We'll see it. We'll see it play out.
Okay.
So
Good.
this is gonna be a check.
Good roll.
Are you trying? Are you
Do you
trying to
want-
hit the
want anything to
disc
drink?
before you click it, or are you trying to stop it?
What do you have?
So if you're trying to hit the disc, it's just blackness underneath you right now.
I'm trying to hit, like as if I'm trying to get to the disc and then hit it, or am I?
Correct. Or do you just want to try and hit it
I'm trying-
mid-air so that the rope dangles?
Yeah, basically. But I'd like to be close-ish. Like I want to get a little bit. I want to get a little bit in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am going to get you to make me a running jump, which will be a athletics check.
I am like 5 million years old, so.
Your action will be able to click the rod, so you'll be able to click and activate the rod, no problem.
Okay.
This is going to determine how far out you're able to travel.
Okay. Athletics. Right. Can I use one of these?
I feel like that is.
Do you want to use the dice roll?
I do want to use the dice
Hey,
tower.
it's the only wire I have to move, which is
Okay, that is a
yeah.
I assume that's why you're sitting there.
athletics is
There's nothing. Yeah.
No, that's a
okay.
good
So
idea, too.
that's a 12.
A 12?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you kind of shuffle back,
That is so
shuffle up,
cool.
and launch yourself
Perfect
out.
fit.
Yeah.
You make it about, your height being about 5 feet, I'm going to say you make it about 7 feet
Okay.
out.
Okay.
And you start to kind of fall, where you are now starting to fall a little below them.
Right.
Still traveling outwards, but you're kind of going on like an arc
Yeah,
trajectory.
gotcha.
So if the thing is here, man, I wish I had the thing is here, you've run, you've jumped, your friends are up here by my little tattoo.
Yeah.
And you're currently starting to fall a little bit.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I can still click.
Whereabouts do you click? Like on?
Well,
on the
I will.
arm.
I'm okay to click a little below them. Once I because then they have a little longer to realize what I'm doing and grab the rope.
Okay.
So I'll take a little bit of a dip before I hit it.
Okay. So you fall about 10, 15 feet or so, about halfway
Okay.
to the edge of the disc.
Okay.
You click it.
I
The
do.
rope dangles. It's like pretty much brushing the bottom of the disc itself.
Uh-huh.
And you're just kind of hanging there with
Yep.
the rope, with your rod, just hanging in space for right now as the disc is totally leaned. You kind of look over your shoulder and it's black underneath you.
Yeah.
But you've successfully clicked. You're in midair with the rope dangling
Yeah.
to the edge of the disc. So,
Okay. That's where I.
okay.
Guys, grab on.
Wait, are we at the?
You hear as Elle, you are up. Basil, you're on deck. Aurora, you're following up with Basil. It's a long initiative count. I'm sorry, everybody.
It's on us. We haven't killed any of them yet.
Yeah.
Elle,
Sweet
you're up.
move Coming up.
No, please.
Gonna make it count.
I'm falling into oblivion without a chance of hitting the disc. Cool.
You
Good
might.
It's a Batman Forever situation.
What do you think? I'm Mr. Freeze. Dr. Freeze.
Everything's coming in.
I don't think I can fly.
Can you glide?
Now would be a good time.
Is this Steph or Elle speaking?
At what point are you able to
I
cast?
can wave
or
flap,
do
and I
a
think
reaction?
what Elle's
Is
gonna
like
try to
really-
do is at least get
Did you see
me
something?
think it's
to
okay.
react? Did you, like,
If I can get myself kind
It
of
tells you
close
what
to
you
the
take,
disc.
like when this happens.
Say that one more time, Elle.
So I could do this technique right now.
if I can wing flap with like a distance equal to half your movement speed. So if I wing flap half the 25, am I gonna get close to the disc?
So you want to try and launch yourself and wing flap your way towards the disc? Is that
Towards like the surface? I'm just looking for something I can at least try to touch if I can get to the surface.
Yeah, so where you are already like 20 feet up, and the disc has dipped more than that. So you have like 40 feet of leeway here, 50 feet of leeway. So, and you were pretty high up as well. You're kind of on the farther end of the quadrant that is currently at its lowest point. So if you want to try and launch, again, like Mrs. Q, it's going to be a check to see if you can actually hit and hold on to the disc. But to launch yourself off of Astra, you're not grappled where your movement is 0, you're just in place with the creature. You could jump, wing flap, and see where you end up on the disc. But it's more like it's scary to look below you with the blackness, but it's possible to reach the disc where you are.
Okay.
Can I possibly?
Here's what I want to do. Like, Elle can see that everyone's kind of falling and cobbling around this area, and she can see that it's dipping, and he's like, oh, everyone's kind of over here, but there's this fucker way at the other end. So she's thinking if she at least can kind of get herself kind of closer towards the fire or air quadrant, maybe something will happen. So that's kind of her goal, is she wants to see if she can like leap off of Astra to try to get to a part of the other part of the disc.
Okay. All right, so go ahead as Elle kind of teeters up and is about to launch and flap. Go ahead and make a strength check. Sorry, athletics check as you flap
check
and try to grab onto the disc.
Flappy Bird.
There's no way I could try to do this acrobatically, huh?
Just with some finesse, you know.
No, it would make a difference. That's why I want to ask.
I mean, I would give you acrobatics because you're trying to get your bearings and get out of and I'm nice. You're trying to get out of this current grapple, so I would give you acrobatics. It might be...
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, as I flap, I'm trying to, like, propel my body, like, as far. Like, you know when people are running and they, like, run their arms and they do that? Like, I'm trying to get as far as I possibly can.
Yeah. So it might just be a little harder to grab onto the disc, so a little bit of a higher DC for this one, but I would give you
She's not even
acrobatics.
looking to grab on, she's just looking to, like, get it and try to, like, I don't know, distribute her weight, all, like, pounds of her.
Okay, so go ahead and make your check.
Okay. So did I talk you into athletics? Or, sorry, acrobatics?
Yeah, you can make an acrobatic. It's harder, but you can make one.
Okay, well I got a 15 plus 4 for acrobatics, so 19.
Hey.
Okay. So you are able to launch yourself and kind of using that weird momentum scramble up, and you are able to kind of cross into just over the line into the like fire quadrant before you have to kind of hold yourself in place as the disc is almost vertical. Like, doesn't kind of matter where you are currently in these quadrants, you still have to find a place to hang on. That is going to be your action, Elle.
Okay. Oh, okay, bonus action. How far are my friends from me?
Right
Is
now?
anyone within 30 feet of me?
Mrs. Q, I shrunk you really small.
Balls. Okay.
Astra would be the only one.
You're really small.
Why did
I
you
got you.
Because you're so far down.
It's true. Just hanging there.
Okay. I'm
Brilliant
gonna bonus action Storm Whip Astra. Because I want to bring her towards me.
Okay.
Sure.
Go ahead and make
Pull her up to 10 feet closer to me.
go ahead and make an attack roll.
13 plus 5, 18 to hit.
I think that hits the owl's AC. Yep, that'll hit.
Okay.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. So she's gonna take. Ooh, okay, just 2 damage.
Good.
Whew, but she's gonna move, like, she's gonna be moved closer to me. So we're not out of danger, but I'm hoping maybe we can, like, ground pound this thing back into an equal thing.
As you go and thorn whip Astra and yank her out, I rolled a check for the salamander to see if he could hold on to a smaller version of this owl. And as Astra just kind of finds a spot as the thorn whip pulls her owl form out, she leaves behind like fistful of feathers.
Ooh.
As the creature rolled a natural 1 and is not able to hang on to Astra.
Oh.
Okay, that is your turn, Elle. Basil, you're up. Aurora on deck.
So, who is still technically fallen?
You.
Just me?
You
no, I mean,
and Aurora, and Mrs. Q is just kind of dangling in space below you.
Below me.
yep, it was a rescue mission, but I was a little. Yeah, I'm there ready.
Okay.
That was a great idea with the rod.
Thank you.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I forgot I had it.
So I could have done this earlier, but it's fine.
So are you like completely falling?
Yes.
Can I, as I see him like starting to drop because he's huge, cast feather fall on him?
I was gonna do the exact same thing.
So you can do it to each other.
Well, I mean, it allows you to do it to yourself and other people.
Oh, do it yourself.
Oh, you guys could have done this the
You
whole
want me to
time.
Yeah.
Do it to you as well?
No.
Okay. I use
No.
I use feather fall on myself as a reaction
Just on yourself.
because he doesn't want.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I got a plan.
So that just slows my descent.
Better work.
It's either
So
gonna
you
go
were
really
in
well
free
or
fall
really.
for a little bit, and now you're just kind of floating in free fall for a little bit.
And can I guess I will. So
You're just gonna gently float by me while I'm hanging on my rod.
well, yeah. Also,
Oh yeah.
It's okay.
no, but here's like so I slow down to 60 feet per round. So and you're not that. far
Yeah, I
below.
wasn't that far below you.
So
As long as you can grab the rope, you're good to go.
explain to me the rope situation. Am
Okay.
I gonna grab this rope
Here's
and now
me.
I'm gonna be like strangling you?
No, I did not tie it around my neck.
Am I gonna be just like dragging you down?
I think
We're all looking at this 400-year-old woman. I got you. It's great.
Little toes doing
yeah. My
She's
dread.
400 now, wasn't it? Like 100?
We have no idea, but it's
Okay,
it's up
okay.
there.
It's old.
She's
We haven't
old.
counted the
I'm
rings
just
yet.
very old. I imagine that I would have probably tied it around my waist.
Excellent. That is the best choice.
Yeah, I guess that's all I can
Well,
do.
because I was imagining you both grabbing each one. Hi. So that you balance each other out.
Basil is currently a large creature.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm very petite, not small.
I'm delicate.
now it doesn't say anything about how I get rid of my giant's might. So like, can I shrink?
Oh, like
This is your
on demand.
Yeah, it just says that like I can activate it and it lasts for
Cold pool.
a minute.
Let me just take a quick. It's a feature, right?
Steph's not amused.
No.
I'm leaving.
Giant's might.
It just says to enable it, but it doesn't say anything about like.
Usually you can dispel it
I would
anytime.
treat it like a spell, yeah. So you can choose to let go of the effect. You can choose to just dispel it and shrink
Okay.
back to your
So
normal
in order
size.
not to kill you, maybe I dispel it and then Sir Basil will try and just grab hold of the rope. Yeah, first. That's the first
Does
thing.
your giant's might last more than 4 hours? You'll need to call a doctor.
Oh my god.
I'm a doctor.
Dr. Freeze would solve
Dr. Free across from
No.
you.
Do you make
I
house
was saying
calls?
Dr. Freeze as my
See, now I
character.
can't look at them.
Alright, is that what you
I
choose
can't-
to do, Basil?
I can't see the moral
Sir Basil
compass from my
immediately shrinks
seat.
down,
God.
slows his descent, and tries to grab the rope or Mrs. Q, whatever
Okay,
he can grab.
so give me a dexterity save, I'll say, to... Well, your descent is slowed. But it's just like straight.
Yeah, you're so cute.
Your descent is slowed enough that this would be very easy for you to do, so I will allow this to happen.
Cool.
Without a check. If you did not slow your descent, that would be a different story. But you're able to kind of slowly sort of reach out and just grab the rope from
Cool.
Mrs. Q. You don't quite reach Mrs. Q. She was a little farther out, but you're able to grab the rope pretty much at the end of the disc.
Okay.
So that lowest point of the
Gotcha.
disc. But you're able to grab it. You feel a little more secure now that you have the rope in hand.
Mm-hmm. Could I technically use movement to like shimmy up the rope?
Yeah.
Climb up?
Yeah, you can go ahead and move up the rope.
You could technically even, I don't know how long this rod is, but presumably there's enough space
So
for one
because
additional
I
hand.
have
Aurora's
It's bigger or longer than yours?
because I have
I'm sorry, Bobby.
I will say that is your action though to grab
Andrea-
the rope.
Andrea
So
gave
you
us
don't
all these
fall
rods.
and
And just climb up.
shimmy up would be your movement.
yeah, and then because I have tight rope treads, I'm pretty sure I can stand on the rod.
Are you still big?
No, I'm small.
Okay, you're not gonna step on my hand.
While wearing these boots, you gain. These boots allow you to walk or run on top of any object narrower than the sole of your foot, such as a rope, wire, beam, or ledge.
So cool.
Yeah,
So
I'll let you
I'm
stand
gonna
on
climb
there.
up, and now I'm just like on top of the rod.
Just standing there.
Floating in space.
Yeah.
Cool, 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 cool.
All right. That's your turn, Basil. So one of your friends is safe. One of your friends is still falling.
Okay. So,
Grab the
You
rope.
caught
am I sliding towards the two salamanders that have like the charmed? That's the direction I'm sliding?
So the charm guy's sliding.
That's the direction I'm
That's
sliding.
the direction you're sliding.
Okay, so as I'm sliding, I'd like to like just hold my hand out along the back end as it's sliding down. That would be the hand that has my staff in it.
Okay.
While with the other hand, if I can, cast Ray of Frost at the feet of the creatures, not towards the creatures, but to freeze the platform below them. And then as I fall into them, hit them. Can I do that? To try and push them with my body weight.
How do you play with him as a player? I tell you.
No, these are great ideas. So you're also currently sliding into a creature with its jaws
That's
open
fine.
towards you.
That's fine.
Okay. So say one more time what you're trying to. You're trying to freeze the creature's feet so that
I'm
you
going
do
to cast
hit them.
Ray of Frost on the disc below their feet
Okay.
to try and make it icy
So
so that there's no traction.
Oh, so that they
they
do.
slip.
So they Slippy Boy.
Because
Yes,
we're,
look at
we're heading that way.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I want to slam into them. And then as I hit them, cast Misty Step away.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ooh,
So the charm
okay.
one is already falling. The one that is waiting for you has dug in. So that's the one you might would want to go for. Okay.
See how this goes.
So
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Ray of Frost. Let me just look at what Ray of Frost is.
It doesn't like say it makes things icy, but I thought it was cool. And,
I know,
and
I
we'll see
know.
how it does.
Okay. A frigid beam of blue-white light streaks towards the creature, mid-range spell attack, and takes cold damage.
Were you the mouse, or?
No, I'm the
Oh, the warthog?
the furry.
The
The one with
the Arctic
eyeshadow.
fox.
the one
Or the
next
fox.
the one next to the warthog.
Right.
Okay, so you go ahead and cast Ray of Frost, and you see this creature is massive. You see your Ray of Frost is able to kind of spread out around its front legs, and you see it almost start to slip a little bit. I'm going to give it a strength check to see if it can maintain its grip, or if the Ray of Frost has made it lose its
I
grip.
have no idea if this is going to work or not. I just thought it was cool.
Oh yeah,
What's your spell DC?
it's like 2 minutes.
I want to say it's 15. Let me just double check. Yeah. Yep, 15.
Roll a 14.
Ooh.
As you see this creature try and dig in and start to slip, it kind of goes from holding itself to its belly as it starts to fall and tries to get its legs back under him.
So I'd like to use my very petite body weight to give it a little nudge before I misty step up to the platform.
It was holding its action to chomp you as
That's
soon
fine.
as you made contact.
See what happens.
So it is going to get its attack.
Yep.
That would have been so cool. It rolled a 3.
Nice.
As it kind of falls and its jaw slams closed as it like hits its chin. And you give it a little bit of a nudge. This creature is a huge creature.
Yeah, but
So you give it a little nudge, you see it kind of like boop on its nose, and it just kind of rears back almost
just
a little
takes
bit more.
just takes one drop to start an avalanche. You know.
Where are you misty stepping to?
Up to the platform past Mrs. Q.
Is there...
Frank, Eric.
30 feet.
30
Walk
feet?
right
Which, as
past
you
me
described,
hanging
would
there.
be approximately 30 feet from the creature to the platform.
Yeah. It is a little farther down, but you would like just make it and kind of have to grab and kind
I
of
did my
lift yourself back up.
Pythagoras? I can't.
Try again.
Pythagoras.
I did math in French.
What's it in French?
Pythagore.
Okay, for our French viewers at home.
Looking at you.
All right. So Aurora has safely managed to get herself past Mrs. Q and shimmies herself back up onto
And
the
like
platform.
without an action, but you can see that I'm gesturing towards getting my rope out.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's how nice of you.
All right. At the top of the round. All right, where is the weight here? At the top of the round, you see the disc as these creatures. You see the disc kind of start to even out a little bit as Elle's weight is shifting it just a smidgen combined with the weight of the creature. On the farthest end now, acting a little bit as a counterweight. It doesn't quite even the disc out, but it kind of shifts a little more so that the low side is here and the high side is here. Elle, I need a strength saving throw as the disc is still pretty much vertical. No one has been able to even out the weight quite yet. As well as all the monsters, because nobody else is apparently on the disc anymore.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Look at us.
Took us 3 rounds to get here. We did it.
Did you get the icy terrain?
Hmm?
Is there icy terrain under that
7.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have
7
no
total?
idea what's going on.
Yeah, rip.
I'm here to look good.
one? Yeah.
And that's about it.
That's sexist.
Hmm?
I'm just sexist. I'm just looking at something on for right now so I know who made it and who didn't. Nope.
I did not. I'm assuming.
I did not.
I switched dice and I rolled worse.
Oh.
Okay. Elle, what's your strength save?
14?
As Elle, you feel your feet kind of slide out from underneath you, and you reach out to try and grab the disc and start to slide down yourself. But for right now, Apoc, you are up. Dr. Freeze, you're on deck.
Are the monsters sliding?
It looks like the frightened creature, Dr. Freeze, the charmed creature, the one who is already sliding on its belly, all the creatures except for this guy right in the middle is starting to slide as they're losing their footing. Their claws no longer good enough to hold on to the disc.
Okay, so that one is still held fast onto the disc.
You see, yeah, its muscles kind of bulge as it hangs onto the disc.
Okay, and how vertical is the disc right now?
So the disc kind of is the same. It's almost like, if you think of it as a 360 kind of platform, it's almost kind of like rotated, if that makes sense.
Okay, so
So it was like this, and
Yeah.
it's sort of kind of just started to smooth a little bit.
Okay. Is Dr. Freeze within, like, attack range of me, or are they gone? Like, if I moved, would I provoke them? Where Dr.
So Dr.
Freeze is?
Freeze was below you.
Yeah, you're still
You
floating.
are still above. So
So I can move freely.
how far away were you from the disc itself? You can only lower like 10 feet. So
I
you're still
can't
about,
lower, so I would have been above where it started.
The fleas can't lower you down.
No. It's a float. Yeah, I can only move horizontally. It's
Gotcha. You're out of range.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna move to the side 10 feet. Like to put myself kind of like, if the disc is here and the one holding on is here, I'm gonna kind of like come over to the side of it.
Okay.
And I want to
Just boop him.
Hunter's Mark, him back up.
Okay.
I don't think you save. I think it just happens.
Yeah, I think it just happens too.
So he's gonna have Hunter's Mark, and I'm gonna make 2 attack rolls. The first one, I'm gonna do these independently because I want to do different things with them.
Okay.
First one is going to be
nice.
a 22 to hit. I
Let's
believe.
go.
23 to hit.
There you go. Yes.
So, for my first attack, I want to, instead of empowering the fleas to do extra damage, I want to command them to move the monster. And they have the ability to move him. It's a strength save, DC 12, up to 15 feet horizontally.
Woo!
And I want them to try and push him off of the disc.
That is so cool.
That was very, very cool.
That's a natural 20.
Damn it.
Okay, it's still going to do damage.
Jeremy, no.
So it's still going to do, I can reroll one. 10 points plus, it's going to be
Could you
14
change
points
that?
of piercing damage.
Okay.
Where's
That's
that
my
one?
first attack. Second attack does a 16 hit.
Your second attack just misses as the arrow kind of lands wide.
Alright,
Okay.
damn.
You see one that kind of stuck into its
Yeah.
cheek as it's holding steadfast. The fleas flying around it. It's not happy, but it's
Yeah.
starting to look a little bit injured.
Alright.
Dr. Freeze.
Dr. Freeze.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, can you turn on the...
I was
it's
gonna say you
on?
turned the light on, but you didn't turn
I know. I was
It's
like,
obvious.
it's not actually on.
Get the
It's
aesthetic.
just
Yeah,
pretty.
I turned the
So-
fire on first.
So we've learned placebo does not work in terms
No.
of heat.
No, it does not.
The heat placebo is not real.
In my defense, there was a dog there was 2 other people. I was trying to
It's
survive.
complicated.
That's why they call you Dr.
It's
Freeze.
complicated. Yeah. What does it mean to be recharged 6? Is that like 6 turns to recharge?
So you roll a d6, and on a 6, the breath recharges.
Gonna try it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the past couple times I rolled 5s.
No!
Really
You
worse.
son of a-
Dang.
Okay, you're not using that die anymore.
Doing it again. Because I see people.
It's gonna kill us all.
Right in
She's
front
gonna
of
kill us
me.
all.
I see Miss. I think it's Miss Jizzle, Miss Q.
Miss Chiseled.
And,
What? Jizzle Miss Q.
Throwing ropes.
Miss Q and the big-eared one,
Basil.
Basil.
Yeah.
I think they're in my and Elle probably, or sorry,
You said 60 feet?
and Sean probably. Eh?
No.
Yeah, it's.
How big is this cone?
I
Who's
moved.
this?
So
wait,
Michelle-
I'm here, man.
Dr. Freeze is the one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. So weird.
So Dr. Freeze, you are starting to slide a little bit, but you feel the charge of your breath come back.
Because I can get 15 feet here. I can get. Yeah, I get all these.
As you start to slide.
I'm gonna
with the
argue
cone.
this one.
What?
What do you argue?
She's right here. I'm up here. They're down here.
No.
How is this a cone?
No.
The cone again is a 3
I know, but like.
No, where are you? You're
She's not looking
Yes,
at
but,
you.
but
No, she's
but
trying to
we're,
include me
we're
too.
we're like this somehow. Like,
Yes.
I don't think you can get
Here,
Apoc
hold
at the
on.
same
Yeah,
time.
that's what I was arguing.
Oh, right here?
No, that's,
No.
we need a 3D model.
Here you go. Here's your cone.
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, look at that.
So
You can-
I don't know how to spin it. So just pretend it's like it's fun. How do I spin
I
this?
think you can click it and turn it.
Oops, sorry, Basil.
Is
I
it
made
right
you
click?
invisible. Elle, let it go.
that might have been me.
You could spin it.
You have to have the tiny end.
Ah.
Try to help.
There it is. There it is.
Okay. So if this is your cone,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you can't get Apoc.
Okay, that's fine.
But with the cone itself,
I get everybody else.
Yeah.
Which is just me and Mrs. Q. Because you're going
And
down.
Aurora.
Because you're above us?
so Aurora would be.
Yeah.
This is hard. Aurora would be
works.
up here. Mrs. Q and Basil are kind of down here.
Because you dropped 10 feet below, so yeah,
Michelle's here?
that tracks.
And sorry, I have to do it here. So Dr. Freeze would be started up here and is
Okay,
starting
okay.
to slide. So theoretically, you could
Oh.
you could get all of
Yeah.
them. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta think
I
about
do that.
Kamehameha radius.
Okay. You are still sliding though, so this is gonna be your action this round, and take the slide.
I'll take this slide.
Okay. So
I don't think Dr. Freeze would.
Constitution saving
He's
throws
a
from
doctor, after
Basil, from Mrs. Q, and from Aurora.
Oh,
A what? Sorry.
A
17.
Constitution saving throw. You have to be 17.
I did.
Hold on, let me switch some of this.
Oh, we did.
Boom.
And that's 5d10,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Freeze.
Here, this one.
Oh, no.
No.
I know, I
This
just
is
want to read
cute.
that.
Bad.
There you go.
Oh.
It's a lot easier to read.
Wow.
What do we got?
Oh dear.
5, 15, 18, 19, 25.
Is there anything I can do?
Alright, so
It's average.
25 damage to you, Mrs. Q. Cold damage. Basil, you take 12,
Oh boy.
and Aurora will take 12.
Oh dear.
You don't need to use. You're not going to recharge.
No.
Shoot. Mrs. Q is looking rough, guys. Just so you know.
I think you're our only hope.
I am holding onto a thing right now. If I go unconscious, I die.
What's up?
Yeah, you're not lying with that one.
Yeah.
Alright,
How much damage?
so you take 12
25
damage.
Cool.
Cold.
We're good.
Did you
Cold
save
damage.
it?
I'll get it.
Still
We'll
on a
put that
ledge.
off to the
I
side.
saved, so I get 12.
Just in case I roll a 6.
Yep, we're just gonna leave it there just in case as you
On the
continue
sixth
to
chance.
slide. Alright, it is the rest of the creature's turns. As this guy.
Oh no.
Help me.
Okay, we're good. We got this.
You're the cleric.
We hired you to heal.
The other one does not get its breath back. So, the hunters marked 1, the one who survived. There is nobody close to it.
That's cool, all these conditions you can add.
Mhm.
Is that
I
new?
know. I think it's new. I haven't
Yeah, I
seen them
think it's
before.
new.
How are we gonna get out of this one?
TPK, you won't. TPK on this table.
You can't get to Apoc. It doesn't have its breath. It is going to. It is gonna try and scurry over to the closest one on the disc, which is you, Elle. You and Astra.
It's all on you, Elle. You got this.
So we'll see. We'll see if it can make it there, as it is. Yeah. See if it can make it towards you. You see as it is kind of struggling to make its way over to you, it kind of turns its back. I'll move the hunter's mark in a second. It turns its back and it starts to scamper towards you. Its claws kind of digging in.
I can manage my hunter's mark.
You're hilarious. Its claws digging in as it's able to maintain itself, all the muscles flexing in its body, as it is able to kind of make it to you. Astra's still kind of fluttering in the, or I guess she's right next to you in her owl form as you thorn whipped her to you. As it is able to kind of claws down, hold on, look at you, and you just hear it roar, the iciness of its being kind of spreading towards you as it is going to take its attacks towards you and Astra. It is going to take its bite attack at you and then just try and claw at the owl itself. So for the bite, Eric, I don't like this dice tray.
Okay, now you know how it feels.
I don't know why you use it. These dice normally roll so well. Well, it's. Does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
Hey.
As it kind of bites wide, it sort of loses its balance for a second, and one claw goes to try and scratch at Astra. That hits.
He's upside down.
As Astra is going to.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
You
Yeah.
see the claws strike
Potentially.
across the owl,
No, okay.
taking out a chunk of feathers as it loses a little bit of feathers, but it's nothing more than a haircut. She is still in her owl form. So it did not do enough damage to even bust her out of a giant owl. But it is now face to face with you. The rest of the salamanders take a bit of a tumble. You see the charmed one, and you see the one who was initially harassing quite a few of you just start to slide, and you hear them roar as they go into the darkness. And I think, Apoc, you kind of see them do the squirrel thing where they just start using their tail to flip towards landing on their feet.
Did it, guys.
Um,
Killed 2 of them.
as well as the frightened one, who cannot maintain itself enough to climb over the edge of the disc, starting to
Oh, great.
slide
Yeah.
towards
Here
you.
it goes.
Where's Dr. Freeze?
So Dr. Freeze is right here. Dr. Freeze took the slide, eh? So Dr. Freeze has slid pretty much to the edge of the disc. These ones are
Nice.
off. Dr. Freeze is at the edge. Alright, so that is their turn. Not cool. These are supposed to be scared. It is Astra's turn now. And she, as she's sitting right next to you, Elle, you see her just poof in an array of feathers out of her beast shape back to her Astra form. And she is going to. She's going to take a look around at everybody and try and get a beat. And let's see. She's gonna take a quick look around, seeing that you're doing okay, and looking over and seeing 2 pretty much almost blocks of ice cubes companions. One of them being Mrs. Q, hanging on in the air, and she is going to pull a feather out of her pouch and kind of fling it very haphazardly towards Mrs. Q, and cast a healing word at Mrs. Q. You will get. You are going to get 19 points of healing from
Ooh.
Astra as you see this kind of like
Way to go,
green
Astra.
mold or this green sort of wind kind of brush up around you, kind of imbuing you with a little bit of strength. As you're able to maintain yourself there. But Astra's going to stand her ground next to you, Elle, and is going to.
Did we lose Steph?
Oh,
I think her camera just dropped. That's okay.
if you can hear us, Steph, Astra's going to stand next to you, and with her other hand is going to brush onto your shoulder and give you a resistance as a cantrip.
Still
I'll
there.
let her know.
Right.
Mrs. Q, you are up. Elle, you're on deck if you're there.
Okay. Mrs. Q sort of shakes off some of the frosty stuff. It's like, oh, thanks. That was cold. This is not good for my petticoat. Lucky I didn't wear my dry clean only one. And she, with her one free hand, she like reaches into her apron pocket and pulls out like just a shred of cloth and uses it to cast aid at the 4th level.
Ooh.
Because
I'm just letting
Yeah.
Steph know what she's got. Okay.
that was rough. And she casts it on Aurora, who was looking about as rough as Mrs. Q was feeling about 5 seconds ago, and Basil, who you took damage to with the ice thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think there's a Is there a range? There is a range. 30 feet. I think everyone else is further away. Is that correct?
Yeah, the only one who took, the only other two took damage are Elle and Astra.
Yeah, but
But
they're too
they're probably too far.
they're too far away for me to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess I can do up to 3, so I'll also cast it on myself.
Nice.
How does this one work exactly?
Aid.
Yeah,
So 8.
at the 4th level. I'm a little confused about
Oh,
how
you
the
want to-
additional things work. You cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher. A target's hit points increase by an additional 5 for each slot above 2nd. But it's also
So if you're gonna cast it at 3rd, if I'm reading this right,
at 4th.
you're casting it at 4th.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the base level, each target's hit point each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increases by 5 for the duration, and that's at base level.
Right.
So at the 4th level, if you want to cast Aid, I don't know why it says that. So one thing you can do is you can also, I'll have to show you. At the 4th level, if you want to cast Aid, everybody regains 15 hit points.
Nice.
Woo!
Let's do that.
Does that include me?
Go.
Let's go.
Oh, there's
If you
15.
select it and use
Yeah. Okay, I didn't even see that. Sorry.
I think that's it.
And your maximum goes up 15 for how long?
Your maximum goes at 15 as well.
It's like an hour or something.
Yeah. Okay.
You will put that in temporary.
24 hours.
This is good. 24 hours.
I think
Really
eight,
nice.
I think 8 is the big one.
It's only a 2nd level spell.
It's a 2nd level spell, but I'm casting it at 4th.
Yeah. It's really good for
Skill-
For
skill
the
spell.
duration.
Yeah.
For the duration, it says, and the duration is 8 hours. So yeah,
Listen
your
to that.
maximum hit points is increased by 15.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Got this.
a great spell.
Did I do
Okay.
that right?
I just put it in temporary hit points, and everything went up accordingly.
Why choose mine like that?
That's fine. All right, so that's Mrs.
Override
Q.
max.
Yeah, that's how I did it too.
Elle, you are up. Basil, you're on deck.
Okay.
Oh, hey, buddy. I'm
Such a sleepy puppy. He's such a blob.
tired. Yeah, he's in rug mode.
I'm not secure. Like I didn't make that last strength, so I'm still falling.
So
Or
you
how
are
is that?
you are starting to slide. Thinking of it in bullet time, like Astra poofed out of her form, grabbed onto your shoulder, gave you aid. The creature or resistance. The creature attacked, and you are starting to just slide out of Astra's range, out of the creature's range, as you're just tummy sliding down the disc.
Okay, well. Not much I can do. So if I'm sliding and I cast something to pull a creature towards me, will it ostensibly start sliding towards me too?
I guess it would kind of depend. Theoretically, you get the sense if it's through magical means that's strong enough to pull a creature towards you, probably. Wouldn't necessarily stop your descent. I don't know if we lost her again.
She's just very fascinating.
Steph, get better Wi-Fi. Alright, we will drop her back in the order. So Basil, you're up.
Somebody
Aurora,
turned
you're
on the
going to be on
microwave.
deck until Steph joins back in.
Someone plugged something else in.
Yeah.
Someone picked up the phone.
How is Mrs. Q? Is she just like dangling there with like help, or is she's secure? She's just got that one-handed pull up, and she's like just.
Oh, yeah, she's really good at pull-ups.
So you
I am
her.
like so old.
Okay.
I am.
The only pull-ups she knows are the diapers.
Whoa! That was
That
harsh.
was very good.
If Sir Basil tries to help Mrs. Q, would that take up my action?
Yes, this would be like the help action.
I don't honestly know how you would even do it. Like we're hanging so below the platform unless you're going to throw me,
No, no.
toss me.
No.
Post me.
So I either use an action, or I use my action to fight.
I'm fine.
Okay, you know,
It's fine.
Sir Basil will do the nightly thing, and
Oh,
what I'll do is he'll use his action
Giant's
to. he uses his action to, because I don't think even if I get you onto the rod, like you won't be able to balance. So
The rod is this big, guys.
oh.
Like it's not big. Mrs. Q's got one hand,
Yeah, yeah.
and your little
So-
Standing
tight.
on
So can I? So can Sir Basil help her? Almost so as if the rod's like underneath her arm, so she's hanging like this instead of like this. Just help her so she's more secure, hanging like this.
I'm gonna say no.
Just
There's
tie me
not
to
enough
it. Just
room
tie
for
me
the
to the
two of you
rod.
to do that.
Just tie me to the rod and off you go.
Can
Easy.
Sir Basil like quickly whip his cloak underneath her arm and almost tie it so it's like she's got like a, almost like a, what are those like things you throw in water?
Oh, the little circle.
Yeah, so she can. Yeah, so she's
Like an eclipse donut.
Yes, eclipse donut. There you go. Can he do that? Like just takes his cloak, whips it under her arm, and ties it so she can like. If she falls, she's gonna be hanging by the cloak instead.
Sure. You
I
can do
appreciate
that.
your effort.
That
The
is your
Snickers I
action.
appreciate less in the middle of this very death-defying moment.
We got you, Mrs. Q.
Yeah. Then,
Elle, we'll drop you back in the order. Elle, don't worry.
yeah, and then Sir Basil will use his action surge to then actually fight.
So do
Okay.
something.
Let's
Okay.
go.
All right, Basil. So you wrap up Mrs. Q, spending an action, and then burning your action surge to. The disc is still not below you. You are.
Yeah, so I'd be aiming up, right? Technically.
So
To,
yeah.
to
So
hit any of them.
to put this in perspective, if you were to jump, you would be you'd be jumping about here or so is where you'd land on the disc. If you were to jump straight forward from the rod,
To jump down to the disc, or so we're like almost we're
the
pretty.
rod is here. If
No,
you were
the
to
disc is
jump, you'd be hitting about there on the disc.
Oh, I can see.
Floating right
But
here.
if I just stood on the rod and like shot up, like I could be aiming up at the hunter's mark or frightened creature technically. Like if I shot like.
Oh, if you're gonna shoot an arrow,
Yeah.
Yep, technically, yep.
So maybe what I'll do is, I will. Sir Basil, making sure Mrs. Q's good, then he'll just like whip out his bow and just try and fire 2 shots up at the hunter's mark
Okay.
creature. Okay. Haven't fired an arrow in a long time. Okay, let's see.
I didn't even remember that you had a bow.
I have a long bow.
You're so
I
small.
remember that. You always planted it in the ground.
First one is a nat 20!
Nice.
Okay.
Well,
And the second one, well, I'll do the first one first.
Yeah.
You might kill it.
Well, let's not get excited.
Which one's the D8? This is the D8, right? So,
Very
That's
nice.
pretty good.
do I double it then I add the...
Yes.
Okay, so it's 14, 17 damage.
Very nice.
Yeah, your arrow kind of sinks into its hide. It kind of brushes it off a little bit. It took it, and it's still kind of staring down Astra and Elle.
Second one. That is a unnatural 20.
Yep, that hits.
Very nice.
A 7.
Okay. The second arrow slices into it as well. Again, shrugging it off, it kind of turns to face where it came from now. It's still bearing down on your friends, but it took the damage. You see it bleeding. This like weird blue blood.
the royal.
That's your turn, Basil.
Can I do a bonus action?
Is your action surge? It's an action surge.
It's
bonus
considered.
action?
It says it's a
It's not?
special.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, you can do bonus action.
For Flair, I'll just say like he after shooting it, he's just like yells out to Elle, being like, "Aim true. We can do this." To cast help
Right.
on her, so
Yeah.
she has advantage.
Oh,
That's so good.
very nice. Advantage
Alright.
for L.
Yeah. Advantage.
Elle, we're gonna pop her back into the order. Elle, unstable Wi-Fi. We're popping you back into the order as you start to slide. I don't know if you heard the response back about if you whipped a creature and pulled it towards you, it'd probably pull towards you.
Okay. So.
He's got this low neck.
Okay. The one that's hunter marked is closest to me, but if I use my bonus action to thorn whip him, I want to pull it towards me and then leap onto its back to grapple it, because it's holding onto the ground, right?
Right now, in its current spot, it is, yes.
Interesting.
Okay, because that seems to be what I'm having trouble with, so I'm going to jump onto its back and hold onto it. So if it goes down, I go down.
Okay, so go ahead and make an attack with your thorn whip.
With advantage if you want to use it.
Oh, with advantage?
Because of Basil's help.
One of those was a nat 1.
Oh, damn.
Oh no.
The other was a 19.
Nice.
Okay,
Nice.
19 hits.
Yeah, plus some. So 19 hits. So that's takes 4 damage.
Ooh.
Whoop, whoop.
It pulls it towards me, and I'm going to attempt to just jump onto its back and just hold on as hard as I can.
If the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Alright, so it takes the 4 damage. It takes the 4 damage, and as it does, and you're expecting the thorn whip to pull the creature towards you, it is able to hold its ground, as it is a little bit bigger than large.
Balls.
Can she pull herself to it?
Yeah.
Pull.
Yeah,
if the
would that be
creature
the case?
If the creature is larger or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you. I don't think it works the other way around for a cantrip.
Dang it.
So it took the damage, but you still feel yourself sliding.
Okay, well then can I take my movement to jump, like throw myself onto this thing's back and try to hold on to it to grapple it?
This is going to be your action to
Yeah.
try and grapple. So you kind of
Yeah.
get your feet under you as you're falling and you're trying to jump. So you're going to go ahead and make, this is going to be an athletics check for a grapple check. And it is going to be tough.
Nat 20!
Let's go.
What do you add?
Athletics, nothing.
Athletics,
So that's
nothing.
as good as I could hope for.
All right. It
No, it's acrobatics.
even with the nat 20, it rolled higher. It rolled a 22. And as you try, you feel yourself, what I'll do for a nat 20, you feel yourself kind of try and grab onto it, but not quite hit, and you kind of tumble to the other side of it. So you're not falling, but you are now currently kind of smushed up against it, and you see a frightened one that is sliding towards you.
Perfect.
That is going to be your turn, though, Elle. You're not falling down the disc, though.
Okay.
Aurora, you're up. Apoc on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my deck of cards.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna fan them out and pull out one that has a crudely drawn picture of Cam on it. And I'll look down to Dr. Freeze and say, "Hey, how does it feel to work that hard for your degree, only to lose to a younger, cuter Nepo baby?" And I throw the card at her, casting Antagonize on her.
Ah.
Antagonize. Nepo baby? What on earth does that do?
I need you to make a wisdom wisdom saving
F1, is that
Yeah,
what-
wisdom saving throw, please.
Yeah.
So confused. Oh, good.
Would you like a d20?
Just do it from.
This one sucks.
I've never heard of this spell.
Yeah, you fail. So you're gonna take 4d4 psychic damage. 3, 6,
Are you keeping track of my? Can you keep track of my health?
8,
Yeah, no one really hurt you.
Eight.
So.
12.
No. I know.
And
I'm just saying because I don't have to.
is there anybody
Yeah.
around you? I can't see.
No,
Nobody
here.
Nah, you're way down there. Okay. Your next attack has disadvantage after taking 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Sorry, was that fire?
Psychic.
Psychic. I heard fire. I'm pretty sure it was fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the opportunity to antagonize you as a doctor, and I took advantage of it.
Yeah. Sounds about right, Fred.
Oh, monster, kill me.
And then I'm gonna.
I'm
not mad about this.
Kill me. It's fine.
It seems like, oh, I'm sorry.
Apoc, be careful as I inspire you to
That's
To do what?
whatever you're gonna do next.
to do what though?
You do you, boo.
All right.
All right. That is Aurora's turn. All right. So back up at the top as the disc is starting to rotate again. Most of the weight is actually closer to the middle, so you see as the disc starts to kind of even out a little bit, even with Dr. Freeze, it's starting to kind of even out as not as much weight is put on that final side, almost like it's trying to come back to neutral. It kind of moves up about 10 feet or so.
Does it hit the immovable rod and just stop?
So this is Q and Basil. You see it start to kind of come up as the rope starts to coil a little bit, and it kind of stops just below the immovable rod, still on an angle. So you guys hear that's a bad way to do that. You guys hear it starting to come up just a bit. And it's basically starting to. Your feet almost feel like it can touch it.
Almost.
One step off kind of situation as it's
Got it.
slowly starting to move.
Nice.
This is still the low side, and that is still the high side, though. Make it moves just a little bit to better represent where we are here. Okay.
Okay.
So, anybody still on? It's going to be Dr. Freeze. I'm going to need a strength check as it starts to even out, and you kind of feel your feet come back
I'm
under
regretting
you.
being on here.
Astra needs a check. She's fine.
+5, whatever that is.
13.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, okay. So as you see, Apoc, as you see Astra able to kind of maintain herself, you see Dr. Freeze start to kind of shift and dig their claws in once more. You see the creature that you hunters march start to lose its footing and start to slide, kind of taking Elle a little bit with it as she was sort of on the other side, back against it, holding onto it for support. And the frightened one is able to dig its claws in once more, flexing its muscles. You are up. What do you do? Dr. Freeze, you're on deck.
Man, I'm gonna shoot at the hunter's marked one.
Okay.
Is it looking pretty rough? I forget where we're at.
That guy is that guy. You see the many arrows kind of stuck
Yeah.
into it. You see its blood starting to pool around its feet. It's not looking great. It kind of feels almost feral at this point, where it's just acting on instinct to try and survive.
Okay. Yeah, fuck it. I can use the bracers of force.
Ooh.
So add 3d8 if it hits. That's
3d8.
a dirty 20.
Yes, that hits.
So it's going to be 3d8. I'll roll the normal d8 first because this is piercing damage with Hunter's Mark. So that's going to be, I'm going to re-roll that one. That's going to be 13 points of piercing damage and 12 points of force damage.
Whoa!
Hmm.
As you see it kind of slam and the arrow hitting and it almost knocking as like this force damage just rolls over it, you see all the arrows that kind of were already in it sort of shatter and poke it more, as it is looking a lot worse than it was before. It's kind of screaming out in pain.
Is it still
point.
up?
Barely.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna loose another shot into it with my second attack.
Let's go.
Oh, what's a 24?
Hits.
So that's only... Actually, I didn't use the fleas last time because I was hoping to get Dr. Freeze with it. So I'm gonna add the fleas to this attack as well and just go for the kill shot. That's gonna be 14 points of piercing damage.
How
For
do
me?
you want to do this?
No, not for you. you'll just see it get pummeled with an onslaught of 2 arrows.
That's it on
But really forcefully.
Yeah, and a couple blurry fleas as
You do the whole thing where you like launch your bow at. Like,
I'm
throwing the shot.
really throwing my weight into it. The top one catches it right in the neck, and the bottom one in the tail, and just the 2 parts of it as the arrows impact kind of cut through, and the midsection falls off and starts sliding down.
Hey, sick.
So Elle, you get covered. This like you're kind of like back up against this creature. You have to cover your ears for a second as it screams, and all you feel is like this just hot liquid just start to melt down your face as you are just covered in the blood of this thing as it splits in half.
Ew.
And 2 parts of it start to slide as this creature just starts to slide down.
Ready for traumatic experiences?
Yeah. Elle, you kind of feel yourself sliding sort of with the body
That
of
was my
this
question. Am
creature.
I just sliding with all this blood now?
Elle, save-
Things bracing
We'll
me.
just keep it there for right now.
Elle, save the corpse.
Apoc, is that your turn?
I think so. Yeah, just leave it at that.
Dr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Going against Aurora here, but I'm gonna try to roll a. I roll a 6. I mean,
Yeah, sorry.
it'd be so cool. But
Oh my god.
Oh my
Is it a
god.
6?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Your breath
What?
comes back.
How close was I to killing it on the first shot? Damn it.
Wow.
So, and we're tipping this way, right? We're.
So it's starting to even
It's coming
out.
back.
You almost see yourself kind of eye level with the little mouse person and the little hedgehog person. So Basil and Mrs. Q.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora is on a bit of a pedestal, so you have to kind of look up a little bit. It's about 20 feet above you.
But is the pedestal
Or 30 feet above you.
30 feet? Can we move that cone of silence or cone of frost around? I don't know how to touch it. Can I
Oh.
move it?
No, that's not it. Oh boy.
Oh, I thought you deleted it. You just moved it to the side.
I just moved it to the side because
Cool.
I trusted that my companion would roll another 6 and get
Jesus.
breath back. Because I have not.
Can I? And if you rotate it, I'm assuming I can grab Aurora on that.
You absolutely can. Your cone is 60 feet. And she's not that far away from you.
Yeah. So. Can I get all 4 of them? No way.
So. Oh, you got it? There you go.
Oh, it's not me.
That's me. Sorry.
Here, let it go, Sean.
Okay.
Let it go. And work with this guy. So, if you wanted.
Yeah.
So we've got.
I'll probably go back to getting Aurora because she pissed me off. So I'll get Mrs. Q, Basil, and Aurora with my
Okay.
All right.
my shot there. And again, that is a DC 17 Constitutional saving throw.
All right. So Aurora, Mrs. Q, and Basil.
5d10.
I've kept them on reserve.
I'm glad you're rolling that because I only got to roll it once last time.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Bugger.
Doesn't sound like anybody made it.
No one made it. So it's the full.
19, 25,
Those are pretty big.
What it is.
Those are big rolls.
32.
32. Okay, 32.
32 damage?
32
Cold damage.
to
Jeez.
Basil, to Mrs. Q, and to Aurora.
How are you looking?
I am just about still standing. Yeah.
Okay, so
You're looking at me like I'm going down, and that's fine.
no, that's great. So you see Aurora get hit, and then
Die.
I gotta read how this
It's
works.
fun playing the monsters.
Yeah.
Against Eric.
Wasn't a critical hit. Oh no! Oh no! I can make a charisma saving throw. If I can succeed on the saving throw, I automatically drop to 1 instead of taking deadly damage.
Okay.
I do not.
So what does that mean?
You see me fall over, which I was at the edge of that platform as I go unconscious.
Okay.
No!
As Aurora just kind of crumbles.
On the
To the
platform, or
platform.
okay.
You don't fall off the platform, right?
I guess not. No.
Okay. That's
Unless you want to roll a d4, roll a d6. On a 1 to 3, you fall off the platform.
6.
Ooh.
She crumbles
Sixes
onto
for
the
days.
platform.
This thing likes sixes, yeah.
It does.
Good thing the platform is tipping towards this way.
So she's
That's
on a little bit of a parapet.
Oh, right, she's
kinda,
on a
or not a
parapet.
parapet,
Right.
a ledge. Thank you. I just wanted to be
Sconce.
fancy.
A sconce.
All right. As Aurora falls over Dr. Freeze, being hit once more with the cold.
This is why he said stay in school.
All right, Dr. Freeze, that is your go, unless you want to move anywhere.
Well, it wouldn't be an opportunity because she's out. So I would actually want to move. I can't. Oh, I'd move just this.
Oh no, you have the thing up. You're good.
I'll move away from the Chucklefucks.
Technically, Monster A is gone, right? That was the Hunter's Mark one?
Yeah.
Yeah, its body is still supporting Elle
Gotcha.
currently, and Aurora said to save it, so I'm leaving it on there to see what might happen to it.
Okay.
Okay, as Dr. Freeze moves away, Monster A is gone.
Also not.
Does the frighten?
Yes, it drops.
Oh,
That's what I was trying to. I can't do
gotcha,
it.
I gotcha.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As well, the monster who has not been touched this entire time because it has been running away suddenly shakes itself. And this guy was able to maintain himself and starts to growl angrily as you see it deep in your chest. Don't know if this guy used its breath before. I haven't rolled for him, so let's just see. Okay. As this guy in front of you, Elle, you see it kind of well up in its chest. It did not get its breath back. Not sure if I used it or not, but it did not get its breath back. But you see this glint of anger in these like milky white eyes, and it is just going to attack you twice, being the one thing that is in front of it. So with its bite, that's going to be a 17 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
How are you looking, Elle? Is it? Okay, can I react to that?
Depends. What was your reaction?
Maybe try and find what it is. Runic Shield. It's a reaction when another creature you can see within 60 feet of you is hit by an attack roll. You can force the attacker to re-roll the d20.
It's just a reroll and take the
Take the new roll.
take the new roll.
Mhm.
Okay,
So let's hope.
higher.
Shoot. Sorry.
Oh, that was a good attempt. It was a good try.
Nice try.
So Elle,
Imagine
you
if you turned it into a
take
crit.
Yeah, I was like, ah!
you take that's max damage. You take 13 piercing damage and 2 cold damage as the bite pierces into you. And with its claws, it's gonna try and just like skewer through you as you are sliding away with its second attack. 28 to hit.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm sorry, I rolled max damage for that too. You take 11 piercing damage as it is going to just kind of skewer its clawed hands through you to try and keep you in place as you are sliding away.
Oh no.
Any cold damage?
No cold damage with that one, just piercing.
So before I have to put resistance on me, but what was that resistance to?
So it is the spell resistance. Oh, where's Astra?
Josh, just focus on
Getting rid of these
doing
guys.
damage.
So
They hit too
resistance.
hard.
So it affects your saving throw. So
Okay.
any saving throw you made before, like the end of a minute, you get to add a d4 to it. Is what it affects.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. As the creature is bearing down on you and you're starting to slowly slip away as this
Okay.
creature falls. There's no other creatures. You do hear a roar from below the disc that kind of echoes through the chamber from the two creatures that had fallen, but that is going to be their turn.
Come on. They fell for days.
You don't know what's down there.
There's just a 2-foot drop with them. They're just chilling. Like, oh, dang.
No, didn't Apoc?
It's just
Drop
pillows.
some
It's just
pillows.
nothing but
Yeah,
pillows.
Astra's up next. Mrs. Q, you're on deck. Elle, you're kind of coming up there. You see. Okay. You see as Astra kind of like pushes her way out of the. Basically tries to push out of the carcass, kind of moves through the two broken pieces of the carcass that is falling towards her, and sees you not doing super hot. You see her. Alright, you see her. You see her kind of scream and hold both hands out in this like fury. There's this wind that kind of comes from nowhere that rushes towards the creature that is just laying into you. And you feel this ground, this ripple through the disc itself as part of the disc around this creature starts to strike up as she casts Erupting Earth. The creature has to make... Oh, well, that dice is gone. I'll roll that later. Link, don't need that.
He will.
I dropped a dice.
Yeah,
He's fine? Okay, great.
I got it. He's sleeping.
he hasn't even moved.
He has actually.
He's a reliable boy.
So snoozy.
Whoa.
Snoozy dogs are the best.
As you feel the ground in front of you, you kind of feel the wind on your face as the disc in front of you just erupts to this creature. You see spikes from the rock just digging into this creature's like underbelly as it screams in pain and takes like a bunch of damage. Not a bunch. Takes damage from the erupting earth around it. That hurt it. And you get the sense that you're just right outside of the range of this as Astra has tried to avoid you. That is creatures. That is going to be her turn. Mrs. Q, you're on deck, or you're up. Elle, you're on deck. Basil following.
Okay. Mrs. Q sees Aurora drop. And despite feeling relatively rough, casts Healing Word at 2nd level at Aurora's direction to try and get her up again.
Okay.
Which is
So it's going to be 2d4.
2d4 plus, which is 2. Do I roll those? Is that how that works?
She's
Yeah, go for
dead,
it.
so.
Yeah, I can.
Oh yeah. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Okay, so
Nice.
that is 5 plus 2, so 7.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Back up.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I try to. Is the platform flat enough that I could step onto it now from where I am?
Yeah, you can more easily hold on to or put your feet on the platform.
Okay.
More sturdy.
But
Okay.
It's not
But,
flat.
the more we get on it, by next round it will start to.
Oh, that's very true. How close are we to the middle? Nowhere near. Okay.
Well, you're about
I'm wondering if I can
30, 40 feet.
step and run as far as
Yeah.
I can into the middle-ish.
Do your full movement to get in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna trigger a reaction from anybody or an opportunity attack. So, what are you still standing on the rod?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't unclick it because you're still
I'm
standing
sure
on
You
it.
could if you wanted to, but
You'll just fall.
yeah.
I feel like someone needs to take it with them. So I don't trust you to do it.
I'm not gonna abandon it.
Yeah, you will.
Why would I abandon it?
You'll be too focused on other things.
Okay, fine. If you want to drop it, then drop it.
I take the.
What are you guys talking about over there?
Okay.
Off I go with the
Unput
rod.
the rod and you move.
So I
towards the
drop
middle.
5 feet.
No,
You
not
drop.
even
2 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and you make your way towards the middle.
Yep, I run towards the middle.
So that was. So you make it about halfway, right where you are.
Okay.
Okay. Elle, you are up, taking the rod with you. That was a good one. Good move. Elle, you're up. Basil on deck. Aurora following up there.
Oh boy, okay. So this thing is like now speared. There's so much blood around me. This thing in front of me is now like speared. Like
You
it's
are
on a
also-
blue petra kind of thing. Like it's just impaled.
So you see as the rocks kind of hit it, the rocks didn't break after. It's not impaled on anything, but you can see the puncture wounds in its belly, kind of matching your own puncture wounds from its claw attack. And you are kind of sliding as the creature behind you is no longer alive to maintain itself and sliding even faster through the
Yeah.
blood of this creature.
Yeah. Okay.
Why did she get Rastafarian?
Okay, I think bonus action first. I need to cast Healing Word on myself.
Fair.
I'm gonna do that at 4th level. What is that? 44 plus 2? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 2, so 14? Does that sound right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that did a little bit.
4 health.
Yeah.
If I get hit again, I'm fucked. Well, Elle's gonna look up into, I guess, the sky, but we're underground, right?
You are unsure where you are. It appears to be cavern-like. But you don't really know.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna look up and say, well, I hope there's a moon up there, and she's gonna cast Moonbeam down onto this creature right in front of her.
Okay. All right. What is that for me?
We lost her.
I think it's a con save.
Con save.
I hear you.
Oh.
Is Moonbeam a con save?
It is a con save.
Oh, I don't think that makes it. Oh, it might make it. That's a 14.
Balls.
But the
Yeah,
Moonbeam
it
is
is.
up.
One second. Actually, no. I'll let that happen.
Okay, so how much damage there, Elle?
Crap.
That is not a number.
Half of 2d10. So. Uh, 9 and 8, 17. So half of 17.
It's pretty good.
Okay. As the moonbeam is now in effect, and it does some damage to this creature. You see it kind of shake off a little bit, but it is now standing in the moonbeam. Anything else on your turn? As you are still sliding, you are not maintaining yourself at this moment in time.
I don't really want to be near this thing. But I don't think I can make any attempt to like hold on, or I guess I could try to run past it. Like run higher up.
You can certainly try.
It's gonna attack me if I try to do that though.
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Certainly try.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Wait, can you up?
Well, I have a question. So if I choose not to move, but I start to slide away, will it get a attack of opportunity because of gravity?
You don't know. Oh no, she froze again.
It's like, try your worst.
Yeah. Oh, hey, buddy.
What you gonna do, Elle?
She's gonna stay put,
Okay.
just holding this moonbeam.
All right. As you and the creature start to slide,
Ooh.
disgustingly on like a pile of blood.
Oh, dang.
It's like a nature's slip and slide.
Yeah.
Gross.
Like a kid who fell on his juice box.
Oh.
Disgusting. Because this creature is able to maintain itself, it is going to get an attack of opportunity at you. If it was also sliding, that'd be different, but it is getting an attack of opportunity. As it swipes just with its claws, that's a 21 to hit you, Elle.
Yeah, it
Can I make a reroll? Can I react to that?
You want to reroll? Okay. How many times can you do that?
I have 2 more times
Okay.
to do it.
It still hits. That's another 11 points of piercing damage as it slashes at you as you slide out of the way. Your blood mixed with the blood of the creature now.
Yeah.
That is so
But you do slide.
Ah!
It is like the full disc. So you do slide to about there.
Okay.
Sir Basil, you're up. Aurora, you're on deck.
So I guess because we're sliding, that means we're back at an angle.
So you're still at an angle. You can still see there's still a spot for bodies to fall into the pit. But you can kind of maintain yourself a little bit easier now. It's not fully vertical.
What to do, what to do, what to do.
indeed.
I'm going to put you on a timer, Basil.
So Basil's probably just feeling the urgency. He's gonna want to just end this.
We all understand this.
Yeah, so he's gonna rush
I'm working on this.
the shell, and he's gonna go Hulk.
Dr.
And-
Freeze,
Yeah, and he's just gonna do 2 attacks.
you're going to go Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Big Basil is back, rushing Dr. Freeze.
Yes,
Oops.
2 attacks.
2.
Make them count.
Come at me, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Come at me, bro.
Then.
So one of them probably hits. So yeah, it's a natural 20, and then the other one's a 13.
So the
1 hits.
The 20 hits, yeah.
So that one will be.
That was a 6.
It was a 6, yeah.
So that's 12 plus 4, so 16 slashing damage. And then because I hit, speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Ooh, okay.
That's important.
And then I'll, who's after me? I'll just like,
I'm after you.
with just like so much pent up rage, like yell in its face
Teenage angst.
to kind of distract it to cast help for Aurora.
Gotcha.
Does your voice get lower when you're in Hulk mode? Is it like...
It's still just as high.
I want to hear that. I want to hear the Hulk voice.
Roar!
When has Basil
Now I
ever
want
roared?
Georgina's Hulk voice.
Yeah, just normal voices.
Alright. Aurora, you are up.
It's like Mickey Mouse.
You start to see my figure kind of go back to its form where it's like the fur crystallizes, the fangs go the frosty blue, the eyes go frosty blue. This time you see a little bit more of like shadowy wisps coming off of my fur. It's not just frosted tips.
Gotcha.
I get more health, and then I'm gonna Dr. Freeze. I think the biggest insult I can give you is leaving you, or letting you leave this world knowing that you'll only be second author.
This
I love
guy.
it.
That is so mean.
That's a dirty 20
Yes, that
to cast Wish Bolt as lightning comes from me at 4th level.
Sick.
I'm waiting for a reviewer number 2 joke.
5, 7,
12.
12, plus 9, 21 lightning damage.
Sick.
You're adding a solo.
I've got it, Dr. Freeze. You don't feel so well.
I just imagine it's just like
I need you to
the
make.
ice age.
I need you to
Basil's yelling,
A wisdom
Aurora's
saving
yelling, we're just both going, ah!
wisdom saving throw, please.
Why?
Because every time I hit you, my words have a chance to frighten you.
What do they do?
It's 15.
Plus 0.
So yeah, you are now
Okay.
frightened.
Hey,
You are now
okay.
terrified of the fact you'll only ever be
I'll
second.
never.
You'll never be first author.
That hits home based on my research.
Oh my
very
gosh.
Everybody is.
Loving their friend, don't worry. Alright.
That's my turn.
Do I
and
get a frightened thing?
I am. I had to move a little bit closer to do that, so I jumped down as I do that.
You jump back down. Great.
We got this.
No one has learned their lesson about how the disc moves. This is great. Alright, Aurora, that is your
That
turn.
corner again.
Yep.
Is frightened like a lose a turn and just run away sort of situation?
So Aurora's is a little bit of a different.
So this is the normal one. So you just can't go closer to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
Yeah, I have multiple different frightened.
I don't lose a
abilities.
turn though?
No.
Do I get to do something?
Yeah,
or
it's your
do
turn.
I-
You just can't come closer to me.
And attacks at disadvantage while you're in Isaac. Okay,
Yep.
that one. Great. Okay, so
Don't.
top of the round. I know I'm hoping to finish up this round, so if you can bear with me for one more round of combat, guys, we'll be done. Top of the round, as Big Basil is back, we got 2 monsters, while one of them's a body. Everybody finds themselves on the Earth quadrant. The disc once more turns vertical.
Ugh.
Okay.
Every single person, except for you, you're not on the quadrant.
Has it been
You're
10
not a
rounds of
person.
combat?
No.
Goodness.
Every single person, make a strength saving throw for me, please.
10.
Cool. Guys.
This is too heavy. Let me do this. Woo, 17. What is that?
13.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Oh god.
No. What ones?
Okay.
Oh, it was a 7? Okay.
Yeah.
But it still sucks.
Okay, so what did you get?
17.
You just managed to hang on.
10.
Start to slip. Dr. Freeze, what did you get for your strength save?
She's good. She rolled an 18.
Which is good. What did you get?
I'm not
You're
doing
not
it.
on it.
13.
That's Basil.
Yeah.
You start to slip.
Oh no.
Okay, Apoc, you see everything go vertical once more. As your friends, who are all conveniently at the edge of the disc, start to slip. What do you do?
What do I do? How it's pretty darn vertical.
Yes, basically it was starting to even out, and now it's back to like this.
Damn.
Whiskey just.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
It's pretty great.
they're smart. They'll figure it out. Hey, Dr. Freeze, time to put you on ice. This is moving Hunter's Mark over as well as a bonus action. It's a 16 to hit.
All right, I forgot. Hunter's Mark.
It does. On my next turn, I can choose a new person without casting another spell.
Yeah.
So does a 16 hit? I think it misses.
Dr. Freeze. Yeah.
Second attack at Dr. Freeze.
Dr. Freeze dodges.
I'm going to use the last bracer charge for that.
Dr. Freeze dodges.
Yeah, that's going to be a 27.
Yes, that is.
Doesn't dodge.
Dr. Freeze dodges.
Do it. Do it.
I was trying to make it more interesting than it doesn't hit. It
Yeah.
doesn't. And then I came up with dodges. So that's more interesting.
With the bonus flea damage,
Okay, let's go.
that's going to be 8, 11, 15 points of piercing damage. And 12, 16 points of force damage.
How do I feel?
Iron bore. Iron bore.
I want to do this.
That's what's up.
Just as Mr. Freeze dodges, as that's countered, a second one that Dr. Freeze. Sorry, you lost your PhD for a second. As Dr.
You're
Freeze,
talking to Dr. Freeze's PhD. It's not actual. It's like in geography or something.
as Dr. Freeze dodges back, the second one just like
Oh my god.
pelts him right in the thesis.
Right in the thesis. Right in the hypothesis.
Yeah.
Dr. Freeze wearing the thesis
Yeah,
around.
his back, you know, his bling.
He's got a pocket version.
Oh my gosh.
Love it.
As Dr. Freeze, unfortunately, I was hoping you would make it one more round because they were all clumped up. there
Yeah, that's
for
why I
you.
had to get rid of that. So
Somewhere,
there's no chance.
somewhere out there's a guy who's making pocket theses as his core business.
Yep.
Okay. Apoc, that is your turn.
Yeah, that was the last bracer charge
Okay.
for the day.
The last creature as the bodies of Dr. Freeze and...
The last creature? Isn't there another one?
No, the other one's a corpse.
Oh, the other one's dead. It's
I'm just piling up corpses in that area.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you.
So confused.
I will make ashes from your bones.
As this creature, the last one, seeing... wait, does it have to do anything for the moonbeam? No. Yes?
Yeah, if it's yes.
Okay.
If the creature enters it or starts its turn there, it has to make a con save.
Okay, I think we did that.
Let's go.
It's fine.
Wow.
Well, no, it takes half.
It's fine. What's half?
Oh, I should roll that. 5.
I gotta move.
5 damage.
Yeah, go for it. Alright. As it takes the damage once more and looks, realizing now that two of its family members, two of its pod,
Oh.
are currently sliding in a bloody heap off of the disc. The other two already gone. It is going to growl angrily and turn. And it's going to use... Well, let's see if it gets its breath back.
Oh, Shell, don't roll it.
I'm so mad.
Do you want to roll in just to see?
Yeah,
Get
can
your-
you roll
get-
it
Yeah,
just
that'd be
to see?
interesting.
Just roll your 6.
Okay. It's because it didn't go through the tower that time.
You took too much. You got a little too cocky.
Too cocky.
It is going to turn on its heels, and it is going to use its action and movement. So that's...
It's gonna climb the disc?
80 feet. So it was able to maintain itself.
Ooh.
And it is going to use its action and movement in harder-ish terrain to just snake its way kind of in the opening of the door and back under the disc. So the same way you saw them all come out, you see it retreat.
Oh, so like fled.
Fled.
No, I think you got it right the first time.
Okay.
You see it retreat under the disc, the hissing kind of disappearing with it. All right. Now, we're in an interesting place where you are all still piled at the end of the disc.
What do?
What do indeed? Because there's big Basil there. And some of you failed your strength checks.
Mhm.
Aurora failed.
Oh yeah.
You were fine. Basil failed.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna leave it there, so
Okay.
we'll have to figure out what to do. But it gives a little bit of suspense. Elle, did you fail your strength check?
Yeah, but you didn't ask me, so I wasn't going to tell you.
I forgot forgot you were on the disc itself.
That's good.
All right.